Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to review When We Collided by Emery Lord. And I have to tell you, a lot of people did ask me how I got a copy of this arc, and I was just really lucky. I ended up winning a copy of Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard, and I changed that arc for this arc with one of my friends through Twitter. She was my secret sister in round 3. So she wanted Glass Sword, I wanted this, we changed. So that's how I got an early copy. I'm so glad that we made the change though, because I loved this book so much, you guys. I really love Emery Lord's books. I've read a couple of them now, and this is probably my favorite. There are going to be some people out there that have some criticism about it, and I'm sure what they're saying is perfectly valid, but my opinion is this book rocks. I gave it 5 stars, and I just want to go ahead and tell you about it, so let's jump right into the review. So When We Collided is the story of Vivi and Jonah. Vivi and her mother move for the summer to this small California beach town, and there she bumps into Jonah. But each of these characters, Vivi and Jonah, are each battling their own demons, and they're struggling to survive, each in their own individual way. Vivi is battling with mental illness, and you're not sure exactly at first in the first half of the book like what exactly is going on with her. A lot of people are going to say that she is that manic pixie dream girl, and she kind of is, but there is a reason behind it. She is quirky, she is daring, she's also free-spirited, and you kind of get the feeling that something is going on with Vivi. There was a couple mention of pills and stuff like that, so you're like, what's going on with her? So, but you really don't find out exactly what's going on until at least, I don't know, maybe halfway through the book. Jonah, on the other hand, is dealing with the loss of his father. His mother and his siblings and himself recently lost their father, and Jonah is kind of having to pick up the pieces. All of his brothers and sisters have kind of, taken on the role of, doing things, chores around the house, taking care of the younger siblings, doing the grocery shopping, working. Jonah's mother is kind of like in this depressive state. She really doesn't get out of bed much. So they also have a family restaurant, and Jonah works there and takes care of that. So that's a big burden for a teenager to have to deal with, not only the loss of his father, but having to be the man in the family and take care of the business and all of this. But this happens over the summer, so at least he's not in school. These characters meet, and of course, since he's dealing with that and Vivi's dealing with her own thing, they kind of collide. So that's the basis of the story. I do love each of the individual characters themselves. I really did like Vivi. A lot of people don't like that manic pixie dream girl. I really did like Vivi as a character, and I'm glad that Emery Lord tackled mental illness. Jonah I loved so much more than Vivi though. He was just such a cool guy, in an unassuming way, and I love that he was taking care of his family, his mom, his siblings, working hard to kind of make sure the family stayed afloat. And he cooks like he would cook, and he would make meals and stuff like that, and just the food in this book was just an awesome added element to the story, and I really enjoyed that part as well. Vivi is a live in the moment, free-spirited, young girl. Jonah's kind of the opposite of that, and I think that's why they collide the way that they do. And I think it was kind of the perfect marriage of, free-spirited and having to be, take control of the family and take care of the finances and take care of the restaurant and take care of his siblings. And, Jonah does get kind of overwhelmed, rightfully so. And I think they kind of balanced each other out. Jonah has a big family, and that's another thing that I really liked, because on Vivi's side, it's just Vivi and her mom, and on the other side at Jonah, it's his mom and all of his siblings. I'll mention the food. There are quite a few instances dealing with the restaurant and with Jonah cooking for his family and for Vivi, and that's really cool. The story is really about Vivi and Jonah both struggling in their own way to survive each day, and you know, what the outcome of that is. But it's set in this small, you know, California beach town. It kind of reminded me of like a West Coast Gilmore Girls, if that makes sense, if you know that show. Yeah, kind of, the town reminded me of that. Like everybody kind of knows everybody, and yeah, I really liked it, and I hope you do too. I gave this book 5 stars. It just released yesterday, so go out and get your own copy. It is contemporary romance, but it does tackle a few deeper, dark moments, like real life moments, mental illness, loss, and love. So I hope you've enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!